Okay, welcome everyone to this NTW session. Is focusing on how we're able to use Excel automation plus with the AI to help us to do the Excel automation. I'm just curious, what do you intend to get from this session? What do you intend to learn from this session? Please type in the chat. Please type in the chat. What do you intend to get from this session? Okay. Okay, yes, the recording will be shared at the end and need to see how the rendering takes. Okay, Excel skill, you do as what you mentioned, one click, same work done. Ha ha ha, yes. Tisian, yes, that is right. Enhance knowledge, AI in Excel, improve productivity, learn macro, need to learn more knowledge about AI in Excel, improve efficiency, new skills to learn more about Excel, work need. What do you mean work need, Jesse? Use AI in Excel, time saving, enhance Excel skill, learn macro, enhance Excel skill, format, setup, able to use macro AI in Excel. Okay. Hey, this not a soft skill, this not about soft skill. Okay, just want to get the thing a little bit better. We are not learning about soft skill. Macro, reduce repetitive steps, simplify work. Okay, good. Learn macro, improve efficiency, use AI. Okay, improve efficiency, automate work of working life. Okay, good. From your response, I can roughly know some of you knows what is the macro about. Some of you have no idea what the heck is that. Okay. If you know what the macro is all about, please type number one. If you totally no idea, please type number zero or somewhere in between. Just give the decimal number. One or zero, I saw 1.3. What is that? Okay. 0, 0.5, 0, 0.5. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, macro is automate task. 1.5. Wow, that means you're pro level, man. Okay, good. Okay, good, good, good. Macro, good. Excel field. Okay, good. Okay, let me send the zoom to the chat. Okay, good. Let me share a little bit. What were you able to gain at the end of this session, and what is possible? What is possible? And then later on, I will share a little bit about my background. And in the learning, we will go through some hands-on. In between the hands-on, because the thing is building on top of another learning. If someone miss certain step, we will just continue. Okay, now I just want to get some agreement first. Is it fair for those of you are focusing here? Well, some of you, they just temporarily walk away, then come back. Hey, can you repeat? Can you repeat? Is it fair to you if someone keep on asking us to repeat the same thing and the person do something else, not focus and come back? Hey, can you repeat that one? Is it fair? No, right? Okay, so now I want you all to support. Is someone asked to repeat? I want you all to type in the response later on. If someone asks you to repeat, ask me to repeat certain part of it, we already covered, unless I'm not clear. Okay, you could ask the person, watch recording. Now we practice again now, watch recording. Yes, thank you, Joshua. Watch the video again. Practice, type watch recording. Okay. When someone asks to repeat, just watch recording now. Okay. Good, good. So at least we know what is this all about, how we are going to learn. And in between, we are going to have much more fun. You could ask almost any question. What is this? Is it possible? And a lot more things. In between, by the end of this session, at least you know what the macro is all about, how you're able to use the macro to do for your work. At least you have some idea. And you're able to use AI to do some of the macro coding for you. And you're able to use that in your Excel. So in general, it is introductory level. If this is not what you are looking for, I will welcome you to leave the room. It's perfectly okay because I want to respect your time. If it's something for you, please stay back. Yeah. Okay. So this is just want to make sure you are on the right, right pace, right expectation. Some people say, hey, this is not what I'm looking. It's okay. If I'm not able to fulfill everyone's requirements, this is the intention. We're going to use the Windows version. If you're using Mac, the behavior will be slightly different. The behavior will be slightly different. So I just want to know, are you using Windows or Mac at this moment? Please type in the chat. For the practice, Windows or Mac, please type in the chat. Windows or Mac. Because I also use Mac for the training as well. Okay, I see some Mac, most of us Windows. Wow, you have both one. Okay, iPad cannot use. iPad doesn't support that one. We need to use Windows. I'm using Windows. Mac is possible. If you're using Mac, if you need some support about certain question, feel free to ask. This is special exception for Mac because I'm using Windows at this moment. Mac, it will prompt some security warning, okay, in a certain point of time. Okay, good, good. Okay, that's good. Now we have, yes, we have someone raise and no, okay, good. And okay, now I just demonstrate what is possible. What is possible? At least you know, is this something you are looking for? Let me adjust my screen a little bit. Hey. Okay, good. Let me adjust my screen. Hey, where am I? Okay, now you could see on the screen, I have two files. This file is for demonstration. And I need to turn off the screen annotation. Okay, someone drawing on the screen. Let me turn off the annotation first. Where is the thing to turn off? Suddenly I cannot find it. Okay. Okay, I think I need to find in another way. I need to share screen and then there's a place for me to turn off the annotation. Okay, disable annotation. Okay, got it. So I have two files. Let me show you here. Okay, these are the few examples of what is possible using macro. So this is one of the common things people do in Excel. It may or may not be relevant to you. So let's go through this one. Split file. I'm only doing for demonstration. You were not able to get this file because to explain the file, it may take a while. Over here, I have a file called split file. So usually I will download the data from a server or from a system, and I need to see the region. Based on the region, I need to split the file by the region to individual files. That kind of work will be something like this. I go to region, then I just select the region, example, East region, and select all, copy, go to new file, and paste, and save this to an East region. After I'm done, I go back to the previous file and select the next region and continue the whole thing again. This kind of work, we could not use formula to handle because they need to save to individual file. We could not use Power Query. We could not use pivot table. There's nothing except manual work. So this kind of thing is very tedious. I need to do this manually. So I'm just curious, how many of you have seen something like this before, or you are experienced that yourself? If you are one of them, please type number 1. If you have not doing this something like this one, please type number 0. If you have seen something like this, please type number 1. Totally not doing this one, type number 0. Just want to get some. Okay, thank you. Thank you for response. I can see 0.5. That's interesting. Okay, good. This kind of work cannot use anything. Need to do it manually. So over here on the top, there's a special button here. This is called split region files. This is the macro created to handle this kind of work. In your Excel, we were not able to see that because this is specially designed for this file. Whenever I click this, it runs the certain background processing. So at the very beginning, you will ask me or ask the user whether I want to remove the previous file, split in the output folder. So because previously maybe has 3 regions, maybe had 10 regions, So you need to wipe off everything before store the new files. This is to avoid the potential confusion. So I will just click OK, and it will do the job behind the scenes. That means you will filter the data, copy, paste to a new file, and save it. And then close the file and go repeat the whole thing. So once the whole thing is done, you will ask me whether I want to open the folder now. So when I say yes, you will automatically open the folder at this moment. And you could see, because I have 4 regions, there will be 4 files. This is okay. Some people may be start questioning, hey, time, my data keep on changing. I will not always has these 4 regions. For example, I maybe have 5 regions. So now I want to add one more region. I call it as a central region. I just change some of the data, change it to central. And previously it was 4 regions. Now by adding one more region, how many regions in total at this moment? Please type in the chat. How many total regions at this moment? So it was 4 plus 1 is total 5. Yes, thank you. So we have 5 regions. At this moment, I will just go back and click on the same button. When I click, it will ask the same thing. It means it will remove the previous 4 files and split the data again. So when I say okay, it will do the job behind the scenes. And once it's done, it will ask me whether I want to open the folder, yes or no. So I will say yes, and you will open the folder, and guess what? How many files do we see here? Yes, we have 5 files. Good, good. We have 5 files. You can see it's same like the data. Let's open central file. Yeah, whenever there's a new region added at the bottom, it will accumulate as well. Yep, so this is that one. Thank you, Sui Ying. Yep, you will accommodate the new one at the bottom. Yep, so this is how we are able to make the thing scalable and automate some manual tasks. Very, very useful. And yeah, okay, this is how we are able to use the macro and to do something. If this is something you want to learn, please stay. If you not, please excuse yourself. Enjoy your holiday if you have. Yeah, you will remove the previous file and overwrite again. Okay. Yeah, it's applicable for CSV, applicable for almost any works, manual works in Excel. Almost anything. Okay, CSV also same thing. Case sensitive, it depends. It depends for the extra blanks, all these things you need to add on. So today I'm going to show you how you're able to do some simple automation using 2 different methods. One is called recording. Another one is called coding. Let me type in the chat. Yeah. Okay. One is called recording. Another one is called coding. Recording means we take on the steps. We take on certain steps, and Excel will remember what are the things we have done. And Excel will repeat our step whenever we instruct to do so. Later we will do that. And that one will get you some confidence level how Excel works behind the scenes. Okay, a little bit. Once you got this one, and then the second part is coding. I will not show you how to do the coding. I will just show you how to recognize the code so that later on, when we ask AI to generate the code for us, we know how to copy and paste. Okay, so that's a second part of it. With the coding, we will involve some AI, generative AI. Yes, coding in VB. Yeah, Pearly. It's called Visual Basic. VB means Visual Basic. Visual Basic. Okay, good. And some of you, just I saw there's a question, want to introduce about me. And just curious, how many of you seen me before, or you know a little bit about me? Please type number 1. If you totally doesn't know about me, please type number 0, or somewhere in between, just key in some decimal. Okay, good. I see some of you knows me, and some people doesn't know me, some 0.5. Okay, good. Okay, my name is Tai. The full name is Tai Chu Tack. I started a career as a professional trainer in 2013 is by chance. That is the moment I was retrenched. There are three careers shape how I see data and Excel very differently. I was programmer, so that means I'm quite comfortable with keyboard, and I'm able to do coding inside my head while I'm looking at the question. So that means I'm sharing the experience that I have from that moment. And secondly, I was involved in SAP ERP as a techno functional. So that means I'm able to relate. Sometimes the work we are doing in corporate, it involves a lot of data that we need to download regularly from one system or multiple systems and combine them together in Excel. So that means I could relate that how repetitive work. And there are many ways to automate and simplify the work. And thirdly, I was involved in project management. So that is the moment I realized our bosses or our management, they relies on report to make very important decisions. So that means if you need some or one or two tips how to make the reports easier for you to prepare and also easier for your management team or your bosses to read, there are a few tips. Okay, so these are the few things I have. And there are some work I have done previously. There are some book I published. The first book is Raw or Data, and it shows how people to organize the data well. And second book is about Excel for HR. It shows how to use Excel, how to use the data to tell stories in terms of in the context of HR. And third book is a data-driven sales leadership. It's not in the background yet. It shows how a technical sales company, they use data to drive the company from chaos to control, and then they are able to go beyond. So it's very interesting book. Okay, so these are the things I have published before. So, okay, so now we jump back here. First, we are going to learn how we are able to do the recording, and just want to do some checking. And if you know how to do programming, please type yes. If you do not know how to do programming, please type no. Yes or no. I just want to know. Okay, some of you say yes, many of you say no, maybe. What do you mean, maybe? No. Okay, good. Okay, little. Good. The intention for this session is not to make you as a programmer. For those of you who know programming, very good. You'll pick up this very fast. So I will request for those of you who have programming language, and at least you know how to relate. Oh, I just learned Python 2 days ago. That's good. Okay, teach student. Okay, good. Now we continue. Here. First, we are going to learn how to do the recording. Let's go to the file. We have two files. One is called macro automation and another one's without the answer. Let's open the file without the answer. Let's open it. Let's open the file without the answer. Once we have opened the file, please type once you have opened the file, please type number 1. Yes, some of you know what am I going to ask. Okay, good. Okay, for the file, you could get it from the group chat. Yeah? Group chat, it has the file in it. This one, we're going to do recording. And at the same time, you could relate back to your work. So instead of automate the big chunk of the work, you could automate smaller parts of the work. In some situation, our data may have blanks, like here. We have B, D, F, H. They are blanks. This kind of blanks data, it breaks the data into multiple smaller chunks, and it makes the thing not easy to analyze. Yeah, we need to use Excel, not WPS. Okay. Okay. So now over here. In your work, do you need to manually remove the blank columns or blank row? If you do, please type yes. If you do not, please type no. Just curious. Do you need to manually remove these kind of things? Okay, good. Sometimes, yes, sometimes. Okay, good. So this one will be very useful for those of you who are doing this kind of manually. And you will notice, let's do this one. So on the very first worksheet is as a certain blanks on a certain location. If I go to next worksheet, you'll notice the blanks are different. The number of blanks are different. So I could not fix on certain location, certain column. If I go further to test number 2, it's a bit different now. That means the row also changes. Just now it was on the row number 1, the header. Now it changes to row number 5. So that in order to make this automation reusable, it means I could reuse this for multiple different situations. The commonality they have is when the header is blank, when the particular part of the header is blank, example here, whenever they are blanks, that means the entire column is blank. We could just remove it. And something they have is the header. But the header is not consistent. Some will be in the row number 1, some will be in the row number 5. And in the different data, it could be at a totally different column. So that is the time we want to do some adjustment to make sure we are able to handle this kind of recording. So let's go to the blank columns, and the step to remove the blank columns without doing that manually one by one, and it is able to handle all these 3 different kind of situations. We could use either the mouse method or the keyboard method. Let me demonstrate using the mouse method, and all of us do it together. We do it together. So now at the first step, you will see there's a few steps on the screen. There's step number 0, 1, 2, 3 until number 7. And in between them, you have something called record and stop macro. Record and stop macro, we will do it later. Now we just consciously practice the step before we start recording. So first, which is the step number 0, we select row number 1. I'm using mouse, select row number 1. Second step, that was a step 0. Step number 1, we go to home and go towards right side. You will see a magnifying glass. Find and select. Click on find and select. Go down. There's an option says go to special. Click on the go to special and you will see a dialog appear like this. And we choose blanks. Then step number 4 is we click OK. After click OK, you'll notice only the blanks header are selected. Okay. After that, we go to step number 5, go to home, delete. Click on the small triangle on the delete. Click on delete. Then we choose delete sheet columns. Sheet columns. Column means vertical, row means horizontal. Once we click delete sheet columns and ta-da, job done. Good. If you are able to get this one, please type number 2. Any question, type number 0. Just want to make sure all of us are okay. Okay, good. So this is a way how we are able to do this later on in the recording. Because what we are going to do now is going to be memorized by Excel macro later on. You don't need to activate macro, not necessary. If you open the file called macro automation, we open this file, we are not opening answer. Answer is for your reference later on. If you're opening the answer file and you want to double check on, or you want to test it, in order to use the macro, you need to enable the macro. Okay. Okay, good. I cannot find the magnifying glass. If you do not able to find the magnifying glass, you may see something called editing. Depending on your screen size, is somewhere there on the right side. Okay, the Excel file is inside the group chat. Okay, and good. So now we have done this part. We haven't started recording. Let's undo. Undo. What is a keyboard shortcut for undo? Now it's a pop quiz. What is the keyboard shortcut to undo? Please type in the chat. Control Z, Control Z. Yes, thank you, thank you. You could press Control, hold down Control and with the Z or Z. That is for undo. Okay, let's undo once. Okay, some people will say undo button on the top. It is button like this one, like this. Yeah, Command Z for Mac. Thank you. Are you? So press Control Z or Control Command Z. Good. So now we are going to do recording, just to be cautious. Okay. Okay. Let this how macro recording works. Macro records almost everything, even though something we consider is trivial. For example, moving the screen, scrolling the screen up, down, left, right, zooming it up, down, or bigger, small, or go to different worksheet, or click on the same cell. All these small trivial things, macro also record them. Yeah. Okay. So this is, we are going to go a bit slow and steady. Just follow, slow and steady. So now on the top, just double check. Do you see developer ribbon? Yes or no? Do you see this developer ribbon on your screen? Okay, some say yes, some say no. I can see many of you says no. Good. You can't see, right? Yeah, need to upgrade a little bit lah. Okay. To do so, you go to any of the ribbons, just right click any of the ribbons, right click, and you will see something called customize the ribbon. For the Mac, you go to Excel preferences. Excel preferences on the top left corner. Whenever you are not full screen, you go to top left corner, there's Excel preferences. I can't remember the shortcut key in Mac. Then you go to customize the ribbon. Inside customize the ribbon, on the right side, there's something called developer. Just to make sure you check on the developer. Okay. Once you have checked on this one, click OK. For those of you unable to open the file, follow the screen first. Follow the screen. Later on, you could catch up with the video. Because there's a various kind of situation may happen to your computer. Okay. Let's click on this one. Make sure you click on this one, developer, and go to OK. Once you click OK, you will see the developer appears. If you are able to see the developer, please type number 3. Type number 3 if you are able to see this one. Good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. So now you are one level higher now. Okay. Yeah, for the Mac is inside ribbons. Yeah, inside ribbons. Thank you. You sent the link over. It has something called ribbons and toolbar. Authoring ribbons and toolbar. Yeah, Yanfen ribbons and toolbar, there's something called developer as well. You click and you're able to see that as well. Okay, that's for Mac. Thank you, Yanfen, for sharing the Mac screen. Okay, there's a lot of reasons. Okay, for those of you who are not able to, just follow the screen first. Okay, just follow the screen. Because there are different versions. I'm using Windows version. If you're using iPad, it will be very different. I'm using WPS, very different as well. And some of you may be using Chromebook. The behavior will be totally different. Okay, in Windows, okay, maybe Kelly, you could screenshot and put it in the chat. Okay, while we are going through this one, I will come back to you. So for those of you who are here, let's do this one together. Okay, we go to developer. Go to developer. Can have the file. The file is in the group chat. You could check in the group chat lah. Okay, let me send in the group chat again. Okay, good. And let's do this together. We go to developer. Go to the left side. Before that, just look at the step. Before we start recording, we need to select row number 1. So this is exists. We take this step before start recording. So let's click on the row number 1 first. Click on row number 1. Now we go to developer, record macros. Inside record macros, let's see. And you ask for the name. Let me zoom in a little bit. The name I use is called delete blank columns. Delete blank columns. No space, uppercase, lowercase to make it easier to read. No special symbol except underscore. Minus sign lah, question mark, everything cannot lah. Okay, and we cannot use the same name. So now we say delete blank columns. And make sure I store in this workbook. This workbook means we want to send this file to our colleague, and our colleague will be able to use the same macro as well. So this is how we can share with our colleagues. Okay. So now we have this one, delete blank macros. I delete blank columns. Remember, after we click OK, almost anything is recorded, even though moving the window screen for the Excel. If you accidentally put the same name, it will prompt you to replace the previous ones if they are same. Okay, so now we click OK. After we click OK, we do not click inside here. We only click on the ribbon. Okay, now we go to Home and go towards right side with the magnifying glass, Find and select. Click on Find and select. We choose go to Special. Go to Special. Inside go to Special, we choose Blanks. We choose Blanks. And then we click OK. And you will see only the blanks are selected. Do not click anything yet. Now we go back to Home. Going towards right side, there's something called Delete. You could click on the Delete, or you could click on the small triangle next to the Delete. And we choose Delete Sheet Columns. Columns means vertical. Okay, delete sheet columns. Click. And now the step is done. We are at the step number 7. No more. We need to stop recording. Let's go to the developer. Go to developer and go towards left side. Yes, a button called Stop Recording. Click on this button, Stop Recording. Okay, done. If I'm able to, how to make sure you have done this one? Okay, just go to this one. Okay, you go to developers, macros. Inside macros, you are able to see a name called delete blank columns. If you're able to see something like this one, please type number 4. Inside delete blank columns, please type number 4 if you're able to see this. That means you have recorded the macro. Good. Let's go back to our original file just now. Press escape. After when you view macros, do not run anything. Just press escape, close it, cancel this one, close it. We go back to our actual file just now. We press Ctrl Z to undo. Control Z to undo. Okay. Control Z. Okay, good. If you accidentally doing something unnecessary, yes, it may affect the outcome. It may affect the outcome. For example, you're moving the things around, you're doing some scrolling, it may affect the outcome. For this situation, it's okay. For this situation, it's okay. Now we have done this part, and we are good. Macro has one limitation. That means once the macro change the file, that means we cannot undo anymore. So that means if I have done a lot of things, usually we could undo to reverse it. And once the macro changed the file, we could not undo. That means we cannot press Ctrl Z to reverse the step. There are a couple of reasons. The first one is usually for human, we take the baby step one by one. Macro could combine few hundreds or even few thousand steps into one single click. So if let's say Excel need to remember all the steps so that we're able to reverse it, it will take too much of the computer memory. And it makes the computer may not be so responsive after that. So that means they want to strike a balance between the usability and also the performance. They say, okay, once macro change the file, no more undo. Okay, so in order for us to able to retest the same thing again, we make a clone of the worksheet. Okay, now let's clone the worksheet. We want to clone the worksheet called blank columns. Now we want to drag to the right side. That means we want to hold, while holding the control key, we drag the worksheet to the right side. Okay. While you holding control key, drag the worksheet towards right side. That means this kind of things is to duplicate the worksheet. So that means I want to clone this exact worksheet to another place. Okay, good, huh? So there's a lot of good question. Mac is, I think, is using option. I can't remember. Mac is either option or command, either one of the key. Can't remember. You test it out using Mac. Are you? Let me know. It's the same thing, drag towards right side, either control, command, or some other things, option. Okay, good. See, somewhere there. Learn a few things. Yeah. Similarly, if like some people will just right click, move or copy, create a copy, and select this text one and click OK. It's exact same thing. Okay. If I want to do a bit faster while dragging towards right side, I hold down Control key. For the Mac is holding the Option key. Let go and ta-da! Job done. Okay. Yeah. If I want to delete row, delete row is at the opposite. If you go towards the example, test number 4, it has a step to delete blank rows. This is available for your testing. So now, just to make sure you have cloned the worksheet. If you have cloned this worksheet, done, okay, please type number 5. If you're able to clone this one, type number 5. Okay, good. I see some very good questions, and someone asked about, is it possible for us to protect the macro? The answer is yes. Can I? Shortcut key to click the macro record. Okay. Shortcut key. Then later. Okay. Remember, ask me towards the end. Now I just want to make sure the core learning we have covered first. Okay. Now we are here. We do the testing on the clone. We want to keep the original as it is so that we could duplicate multiple times to do testing. So now we are on this worksheet. Let's select the row number 1. We need to select row number 1 first. And then we go to macros. And you will see delete blank columns. Make sure you select row number 1, otherwise the behavior will be very, very weird. and click run. And ta-da! Job done. If you're able to get this result, please type number 6. Yes, good job, good job, good job. Hee. Nice, huh? Okay, so this on the blank, because it's predefined, same with the previous one. So for the blank columns, this for testing, let's remove this one. I just use my mouse right click and delete. Okay, you ask for confirmation, just say delete. Good. Now we are going to do the testing on the worksheet called test 1. We drag this worksheet on the test 1 towards the right side. We want to clone the worksheet called test 1. Test 1, make sure you clone this worksheet. If I'm able to clone this worksheet, please type number 7. The macro will not disappear after some times. Macro will disappear if I save this file as a normal Excel file. Because normal Excel file doesn't support macro. You need to save the file to the macro enable workbook. That one we will learn together. We will learn together. Okay, so now you notice in this test 1, the number of blanks are different. Will the macro recognize this one? Let's do a testing. We select row number 1 first. This is a prerequisite before we start running the macro. Because our headers are different, the data headers may be different. We go to developer, macros, click on the macros. It will ask for delete blank columns. This only macro we have. Let's click run. And ta-da! Job done. If I'm able to get this result, please type number 8. You see, even though number of columns are different and it still works. That is the beauty of using macro. And that is a reason why we could automate small tasks, and it makes the thing very efficient for individual work. How the Excel know? Okay, this is not machine learning. Machine learning is totally different things. Later on we will learn. I will show you, Lukman, I will show you how Excel knows all these things. Okay, good question. Merge column also can. Okay, Michelle also can. As long as you have the steps, it's able to do for you. Okay, so this is done. So now I want to invite you. Okay, let's delete the test number 1, the clone worksheet test number 1. Last one, I want to invite you to test it on your own. Let's do the first half together, and then subsequently, I let you to do testing. And you let me know the result. Let's clone test number 2 together. Drag the test number 2 towards the right side and let go. So now I have this one. Before running the macro, what should I do? Please type in the chat. Not necessary in the table format. It depends on the situation. Okay. Yes, select row number 5. Why select row number 5? Why not row number 1? Just now, all this one, we use row number 1. Why we want to select row number 5? Oh, the headers. Oh, no data, huh? Okay. Remember, select row number 5 and then run the macro. Now, test it on your own. After select row number 5 and run the macro. If you are able to get the result, type number 9. If you get able to get the result. Yay! You could see only small tweak on the way of the recording. We are able to reuse the same thing over and over and over again. So this is why I'm so fascinated about programming. Now with the AI later on, you can see we are able to achieve the same thing effortlessly. Okay, good. Any question I haven't answered, please type again because I want to scroll, it may take a while. Please type again if you have any question I haven't answered. Good. Any other question? Okay. Nope. Let me scroll. Headers. Okay, good. Okay, good. So that's just now Lukman asked about the question. Hey, why we did include the header on row number 1 to row number 5? Because the row number 1 is blank. It relies on the header to determine which column to delete. Whenever it's blank, it presumes everything is blank. It could remove everything. Mine is blank page, yeah, because it's like row number 1. It will remove everything. It presumes nothing here. So everything is get removed. Everything gets removed. So we should select row number 5. For this test number 2, we need to select row number 5. Is it possible to run the macro over multiple sheets? Yes, it's possible. Thank you, Pauline. Very good question. So I'm very admire for your extrapolating the possibilities. Extrapolating means you are able to relate. What is the next few steps? What are the possibilities? Very good, very good. Yes, it's possible. It's possible. So, automatic. We are going to slowly one by one. I see there's an error message. Let me see this. What is this message? Hey. Cannot open the macro file because the format is invalid or has been corrupted. If this thing happen, you may want to download the file again. Download the file again. Okay, good. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, good. Now we have done this part. And some of you may be asking, hey, how Excel really knows all these things? The next one, we are going to extend it further. We are using a similar recording. This time, we are going to see how the coding or so-called the programmings are generated behind the scenes for you all. Are you going to see that? The purpose for this one, the keyword is called recognizing. Okay, everyone say it together with me. It's called recognizing. Very good. It doesn't mean you are going to learn about programming. We just need to recognize a little bit here and there. Later on, we are going to use AI to generate for us. Thank you, thank you, Hari Devi, to typing, recognizing. Good. Yes, macro could run in other Excel file. Yes, yes. Can you hide and install delete? Yes, it's possible. Just now delete the columns, right? You could change the delete to hide. Everything is possible. Good. Very good question. So now we have this part. We're going to move on a little bit. So this one, you want to focus. If you miss it, you will miss it. You will need to watch the recording. Okay? So this is very important. If you miss, you will miss it. Okay. Let's go back to our file here. Go back to our file. And here, in the project number 1, if you're on this worksheet, project number 1, please type number 1. Okay, can we apply the save macro? Yes, this recording will be shared later in the group. Okay, what else? Recognizing. Okay, good. Hey. So observe, maybe you can type your observation. What is the difference in project number 1 compared to the very first worksheet called blank columns? What's the difference between that? Obvious things we want to do. Yes, we want to delete the blank rows. Yes, they are blank rows. We want to remove the blank rows. Yes, okay, good. Some of you maybe need to do this one manually. Okay, some of you may be using keyboard shortcuts. Still okay. Let's learn a different way of working. And for the high achievers, I see some of you are high achievers. High achievers in the project number 1, you could test it out using keyboard. This one, For the rest, I will be demonstrating using mouse. high achiever, you could do the same thing. For the rest, we are using mouse. Okay, good. First, these are the steps we are going to take. And the step number 0 are the steps we need to perform before the recording starts. Okay, so let's select column A. Column A. Yeah, the sound is okay. Maybe you want to check your volume. Is my sound okay? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. My sound okay? Yes. Okay, let me check my mic. Oh, okay. I need to change to a different mic. How about this mic? I think this mic is clearer. Now it's better, right? Okay, good. I just realized it uses a different mic. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Because there are 2 mics here. Hey. Okay, good. Let's redo this one again. We select column A. This column define whether the particular rows has data. Whenever it's blank for this column A, it indicates the entire rows is blank, like here. Entire row is blank here. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, after select column A, that is step number 0. Step number 1, we go to home. Then we go to file and select. Click and we choose go to special. Go to special. Inside go to special, we choose blanks. We choose blanks and click OK. And you notice only certain blanks are selected. After that, we proceed with step number 4. We go to home, going towards right side. Just now we click small triangle, right? This time I want to show you another way of working. Presume I click on the wording, delete. Just click delete. And you will ask, just weird. No, it's wrong thing. It doesn't work. You need to click on small triangle. Click on small triangle. If you make a mistake in the recording, you could just undo. Okay, then you click on small triangle and it says delete sheet columns. My apologies. Delete sheet rows. Delete sheet rows. Click and voila. Once this is done, before continue with the testing, stop recording first. Now we go back to developer. No, we are not recording. Okay, my apologies. What happened? Okay. So, okay, this is the manual step we practice. Okay, good. Let me answer this question. How about if certain columns of value has value tested, it will delete it? Okay. If there are some blank, some non-blank, there's a different way of working, David. So we are working with a much more control environment. Okay, good. Okay, if you are able to follow this one, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you are able to get up to this one. Just a manual step first, manual step. Okay. Yes, I see someone want to say something. Okay, let me mute it first. Good. So now let's undo. What is the shortcut key to undo again? Control. Undo. Control Z or Control Z. Thank you, Harry Devi. Thank you, Siu Yu. Okay, thank you, Control Z. Let's undo. Now we are going to do the recording. We're going to do recording. Let's do the recording together. We go to developer. Before that, we want to observe how the things works behind the scenes. Now we go to developer. We go to the left side, the leftmost button called Visual Basic. Click on the Visual Basic. And you will see something like this appears on your screen. And some of you may feel, hey, what's this? What the heck is this? Okay. Visual Basic. If you are able to see this Visual Basic for application, please type number 3. Type number 3 if you are able to see this. Mac, Windows is the same thing. Okay. Good. Over here, there are few things I want to explain a little bit. First, just to make sure you see something like this. This is called Project Explorer. If you do not see this, or you want to make sure you see this one, you go to View. There is an option says Project Explorer. Where's the thing? Project Explorer. View, Project Explorer. What happened to me? Okay. Just go to View, Project Explorer. Okay, if you are able to see this Project Explorer, there are many things here. Something not so well. The zoom, okay, if you are able to see that, the Project Explorer, please type number 4. Type number 4 if you are able to see the Project Explorer. Okay. Good. Let me open this one. Okay. Don't have Microsoft Visual. Okay. Which is a Project Explorer. Okay, good. Now I am back here. Yep. This is the one called Project Explorer. Project Explorer. Or once you're inside Visual Basic, the keyboard shortcut is Control R. Control R. Okay, good. Don't have which is Project Explorer. TLYS, I believe you got it right. Good. Over here, you will see it shows all the worksheets in this current file. Whatever file we open at this present moment inside Excel, they are highlighted in bold here. Currently, I have 2 files. This is automatically open behind the scenes. This is the file we are working at this present moment. If you have more than 1 files open at this present moment in Excel, you will see there are more than that. Okay, and it shows all the worksheets in that file, even though the worksheets are hidden. All the hidden worksheets are visible here. So now we are here, something like this one. We want to make sure we want to have a 2 screen side by side. Now I'm using the mouse method. I'm inside Windows, I drag the Visual Basic towards right side and towards right side, and you will see it occupy right half of the screen. When you let go, it will ask you what's the left half of the screen. Just click. And for the Mac, you do not want to use full screen. When you use full screen, you are not able to see them side by side. We want to make sure they are side by side. Because what we are going to learn now is we are going to recognizing the code. We are not going to remember, we just want to recognize the code. If I'm able to get something like this side by side, one is Visual Basic, another one is Excel, they are not overlapping each other, please type number 5. If you may have more than 1 screen and you make sure do not overlap, okay. Number 5, make sure they are not overlapping. Very good. And in here, inside the Visual Basic, you will see something called modules. There's something called module 1. Double click on module 1. Double click on module 1. Okay, and here the divider you could use to widen or narrow it. Just go to modules and double click on module 1. You will see the code for the delete blank columns are automatically generated here. Okay. Cannot do side by side, manually adjust. Another way, if you're using Windows, not exist module. Okay. If you're using Windows, you can hold down the Windows key and using left or right arrow key. Just holding down the Windows key, left or right. So you are able to split into half of the screen. Okay, so this one helps. Okay. Good. Thank you, CT, for supporting the question here. So you will see this is the code. Now we want to make sure I have a bigger view for the code later on. If you do not see anything on module 1, maybe you haven't do the recording yet. Okay. Make sure you click on the module 1. Or maybe just on the recording, you have recorded somewhere else. It could be recorded in the personal. Okay. Can there one question later on, keep it later. Once I finish this one, when I ask any question, BB, I'll remember to ask your question again. Good. So now let's do this together. Before start recording, we select column A. Good. Now I have select column A. There's no changes here because we haven't started recording. Second step, this first step. First step, we are going to, okay, we're going to go to developer, record macros. Click on the record macros. We are going to type the name called delete blank rules. Delete blank rules. And store in this workbook. Delete blank rules. And store macro in this workbook. Right after we click OK, everything is recorded. Everything is recorded. Later on, you'll observe. Good. Now, when I click OK, you'll notice there's something called delete blank rows appears. If you do not see this one, it's okay. Just continue. Just continue. Maybe just now, if you do not see this one, just go to Visual Basic. Make sure you see the modules one and double click. Whatever thing we click inside the modules or the Visual Basic, it will not be recorded. Only the things we do inside Excel, it will be recorded. Okay. So now over here, the first step, we go to Home. Over here, I do not see Find and Select. I see the button called Editing with the magnifying glass. Click on the Editing. The next one is called Find and Select. Click on the Find and Select. We choose Go to Special. Inside Go to Special, I choose blanks. And you observe, whatever selection we are doing now, there is no changes shows on the other side. And once I'm done, when I click OK, and you will see there's one line appears. That means all the steps we have taken, Excel remember it by having a single line of the code like this one. Good. Michelle, you may want to go to different Zoom screen. You may be on the different screen. Zoom has two tabs on the upper side. One is called participant, and another one is called screen. Okay, make sure you choose the second one. Now we continue here. We go back to the home. Then we go to cells. We go to cells. and click on the lower half of the delete. Click on the lower half of delete. When we choose delete sheet rows. Delete sheet rows. Once click, then there's one more line appears. One more line appears. Okay. We are done. And we need to stop recording. Let's go to developer and go towards the left side. There's something called stop recording. Click on that one, stop recording, and job done. Yes, you will see this. Now we have gotten the code, and good. So if you are able to see these two lines appears, please type number 6 in the chat. Good. So we just recognize whatever thing we are doing just now, it is translated or somehow recorded in Excel in the code manner. Okay, any question I haven't answered? Yeah, now is the time for you to ask any question I haven't answered. Please type the question again in the chat. Let me see any question I missed. Okay, the range C1, because you select the cell again. You select the cell again. After done, you click on the C1 again. Yan Yong. That's the things, It's okay. That one small matter. Okay. Might appear like this. Let's see. Let me get a picture. What does that mean, Oh, that is a good example. Okay. Thank you. I do not want to mention the name. Okay. We learn from here. As you could see, how come mine is different? Because the person shift the window, move the window, resize the window. Everything is recorded here. Everything is recorded. So, yeah. So after you select column A, you move the window, adjust, you make the thing smaller. This thing appears. Okay, everything is recorded. Good example. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. It will not have any effect on the actual work. It's just not so efficient. Now it's okay. And is it important? Good question. If you want to start accustom yourself, get yourself familiarized with the coding, by having two screens side by side is a better way. Because many of us are not receiving enough education on the programming part of it. So that one, let you recognize the code so that later on when we are using AI, we know which one to fix, we know how to troubleshoot. Okay. We haven't got the break out. If you want to go for break, anytime we haven't. I just want to make sure we have the things nicely done, this one. Okay, so far, okay up to now? Okay or not okay? Let me know in the chat. Okay, good. Okay, for any of you, if you want to take a break anytime, the recording is here for you to view later on. So now we have done this part. Before we continue, we want to save the file. We want to open the file again just to make sure it works. This is the moment. This is the moment. Because after we do the recording, we do not want to redo again and again. So let's go back to here. So just how we have done this part, let's undo. Control Z, Control Z. For the testing, later on, I will let you to do the testing. For the next part, I could just close this Visual Basic, maximize the Excel. Now I'm not doing recording. I do not want to recognize the code at this moment. So I want to save the file so that when I reopen again and I'm able to continue. Let's do a testing. And I want to save the file, save as, not the normal save. If you choose a normal save, later on, when you open the file, the macro will disappear. just to make sure you want to use a different name, I use a macro automation NTW and save it as macro enable workbook. Thank you, Hong Hao, for sharing with that. Thank you. Just remember, save it as a macro enable workbook. I want to use a different name so that I differentiate with the original file. I'm not able to undo each time. Usually you are able to, usually, unless you have run it. Okay, after you have run the whole thing, you are not able to undo. Usually you are able to. Okay, after you have done this part, okay, maybe Grace, later on you ask your question. I want to invite you to share your screen because it's a good learning, your question. Once we have this part, we click save. Okay, if you have saved the file, please type number 7. Type number 7 once you have saved the file, just to make sure we're on the right page. Good. So we have done this file, we have saved it. Now we want to close this and reopen again and observe what will happen. We close this one. And back to the folder, I see there's one file called macro automation NTW. I close the file, and now I'm going to reopen the file again. When I reopen the file, I will get a security warning. The security warning, it looks like this one. Let's see. Accidental. Okay, if you accidentally remove the file, download the file again. It's available in the Zoom chat. If you accidentally deleted some of the worksheet. Okay, now let's reopen the file. After you reopen the file, most of you will get this message called macro have been disabled. It shows the button called enable content. Just curious, how many of you have seen this message before today? That means previously you have seen this before. Type yes or no. Have you seen this before? Yes or no? Yes. No, never. Okay, good. And for those of you have seen this before, and how many of you click on the button? If you click on the button, please type number 1. If you do not click on the button, type number 0. If you click halfway, sometimes you click, sometimes you don't click, put decimal. Okay, good. Yeah, Office says disable it. Okay. Okay. If you see this one, there's a security warning. Security warning. It means when I click this enable macro, the macro we have done just now, it allows us to run. And also for your information, because macro is so flexible, it may cause some damages. It may cause some damages unless you trust the macro you are using or you trust the sender who sent the file to you. Otherwise, by clicking on this one, it's not easier. I have a macro, is able to remove or it will cause some damages on all the file you're working at this present moment, right after you click on enable content, right after. So it's very dangerous unless you trust the file. Okay, good. So this is the file we have created up to just now. Let's click enable. Okay, we trust ourselves. Let's click enable. Some of you do not see the whole thing, everything disabled, right? If for those of you who do not see that one, you may want to go to developer. In the developer, there's something called macro security. Macro security. Click on the macro security, and on the safer side, you want to use this one, disable macro with notification. Sometimes because of you are using company laptop, certain company totally disable everything. And sometimes people, they are unconsciously aware this one is they have. because when they have this one, automatically macro is disabled. Macro is enabled by default. This one is very dangerous, very dangerous. This is also some tricky stuff. It allows macro to have a greater flexibility, and potentially it may cause some damages. Okay, good. So my recommendation, use this one, and also double check on your organization IT policy. Some company they don't allow this one because security threat. Okay, now we have done this and go back. And let's go back here. And just now we have done the recording for project number 1. We are going to do a testing on project number 1. Let's do the clone on project number 1. Drag the worksheet project number 1 towards right side while holding the control key, or for the Mac, that will be option key. After you have cloned the worksheet project number 1, select row number 1, select column A, we go to macros, and you will see there's a macro called delete blank rows. Delete blank rows. Click run, and ta-da, it works. If I'm able to duplicate and do the testing for the macro, please type number 2. Okay. Good. Good job, good job. Hey, nice, nice. Let's see. Trust my default settings still unchecked. Okay, depends on yours. There's a question. Trust access to VBA project object model. So it depends on situation. That means by checking this one, you are allowed the macro or VBA to control the VBA. So that means it's allowed itself to clone, to duplicate within the macro or within the VBA. So this is the behavior of computer virus. Yeah, so it depends. Nowadays, it's not so obvious, but it may potentially cause some damages. Just to let you know, okay. Okay, good. Let me see any questions. Let me temporarily check. Let me check some questions here. Type the question in the chat if you have any questions. Okay, yep, disable trust. Yep, that one is depends on your things. Can do macro in Power Query? That is a very good question. Are you saying inside the Power Query or outside of Power Query? Inside Power Query, no. Outside Power Query, yes. So that means sometimes the file is password protected. Power Query could not open or could not import the file with a password protection. It doesn't. So you could use macro to open the file with a password, so that when the file is open, Power Query is able to access the file. So that's one way. And to edit the shortcut, let's see the timing. If yes, we have a time, we will cover about the macro shortcut. Slow. If macro applied will slow the Excel open. It doesn't slow down how Excel open. It depends on what is done by the macro. Macro usually is called event-based. Event-based means it will trigger based on user click a button or a shortcut key or a certain trigger. It's called event-based. Delete blank columns. Okay, the name. If the name with alphabet S, without the alphabet S, it doesn't matter. If you want, this is just a crazy idea. Just let you know, the name is for us to understand. If I want to change the things called delete blank columns to eat nasi lemak, delete blank rows to eat curry puff. If I change that kind of name, right? Totally nonsense, but I still do the same thing. Okay, the name doesn't matter. So will it be secure if we save the original file before we run them? Yep, that would be good. You could save the file. At least you have a backup just in case something happens. What's the difference? Okay, I think I explained the inside and outside Power Query. Security warning is not shown. Let's see this message. It's been disabled. Yep, you need to close and reopen the file. When you reopen the file, it will ask you to enable. Okay, when you get this message, let me show the screen to let some of you see this one. Yeah, when you see this message, you need to change the setting or you need to enable content. After you have enabled or do the setting, you need to close and reopen the file again. If you see this happens again, most likely you haven't clicked enable content and then you straight away run the macro. If you straight away run the macro, you will get this error. You will get this message. Okay, good. Let's see. Unable to undo. Yes, definitely. After running the macro, we cannot undo. There's no way to undo. Okay, good. Is there, okay, Nani, I think everyone can answer Nani's question. Now the extra step. Okay, if the extra step recorded, now we are aware the extra steps. Later on, we are able to remove the extra steps. So now at least we are aware, we are going to do some recording. Okay, good. Now we have done recording, we have some awareness. After this, I will show you how to do some simple troubleshooting. With that awareness, later on, we are able to use generative AI to come out the code for us. With that knowledge, we're able to easily copy the code from generative AI and paste it in our Excel. And we're able to run and troubleshoot, make sure everything works. If it's not working, we give feedback to AI, ask it to check on certain things. Okay. The extra step you can remove. You could do a checking, maybe keep it later on. Good. Any other questions I haven't answered? Any other questions? Let me scroll. If you have, you can please type in the chat. I may miss it. Okay, good. So there's a no question. We go for quick 10 minutes break. Just curious, you want to 10 or 15 minutes? Type in the chat, 10 or 15. My bias is I want to give more. And it's up to you to decide. Okay, if you want to take more, it's okay. Okay, I see most of you, I see most number is 10. Hey, Samsudin, you keep on zero. Let's see, 5 times 5, 5. Okay, that means 6 times 5 means 30. So Samsudin, you say 30 minutes, right? No, just kidding. Okay. Okay, we go for a quick 10 minutes break. After 10 minutes break, because this is a very interesting and very meaningful event for me, we have over 350 now. Over 350. So that'd be good. We can take a group photo as a memory. I will share the group photo in the group chat as well. Okay, just to make sure you prepare yourself, you make up whatever thing you want to do then we will continue in 10 minutes time. Good. Okay, so with that, we are going for 10 minutes break. And I will show the timer on the screen to remind myself as well. That will be where am I? Okay, let me do this. We are going for 10 minutes break. And the 10 minutes start from now. Enjoy your break. See you all in 10 minutes time. We are starting in 1 minute. 1 minute. To get yourself ready for the group photo. Thirty seconds. You could turn on your camera, make sure your background is nice, your face is well lit. Let's count down together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Welcome back, everyone. If you're back in the room, choose an emoji of your choice that shows your current feeling. Okay, choose an emoji of your choice. Hee hee hee. Okay, welcome back. Jonathan, welcome back. Siti, Amira, Emily, Sweet Ying, welcome back. Jocelyn, Joshua. Okay, yes. Now turn on your camera. We are going to take photo. Okay, very Rama. Now, okay, turn on your camera. Today we are able to take a group photo. Nice. Okay, good. On my screen, I have 9 pages. Here, okay, 9 pages. It will take a while. Let's see. I can see more and more people are turning on their camera on the second page. Third page, more and more people turn on the camera. Okay, good. If you are not turn on your camera, maybe the camera is not working for you at this moment. Later on, you could use reaction. Reaction, you could show thumbs up lah, like this one, a thumbs up, or you can laugh lah, do some reaction lah, ta-da, all these things. Okay, good. Can later on we will have a nice group photo. Okay, at this meantime, let me do this. I want to, okay, can. Now look at your camera lens. We are taking the first page. First page, First page, I could see myself until Jennifer Tam, Samsudin, Siti, Haizum. Okay, everyone's on the first page. Okay, look at your camera lens, not your monitor. Okay. Okay, good. Look at your camera lens and smile. Okay, first page, let me take a screenshot. Done. Now I'm going to second page. Second page, we have, change. Okay. What happened? Okay. Okay. First page also change. Why? When you open camera one, the things change. Okay, now let me change. Let me take again. Okay. Okay, on the first page, back to the first page, look at the camera lens and smile. Okay, good. And we go for the second page. Okay, second page, look at your camera lens. Okay, good. Second page. And the third page is no screen. You use your reaction. Okay, use your reaction, whatever. Okay, smile. Okay, reaction. Good. And then I go to fourth page. For those of you who are not turning on camera, continue with your reaction. Good. Then I go to the fifth page, continue with the reaction. Okay, those not turning on the camera, continue with your reaction now because you are not sure which page you are in. So now I'm on my last page. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your participation. Okay, so nice see so many human. And after group photo, everyone will turn off their camera. And back to me again. Oh. So pity me, right? Okay, good. Thank you for your participation. We take a group photo. We have taken a group photo. Later on, I will share that in the group chat. So now we are going back to our learning. Just now what we have learned, quick recap, yeah. What we have learned is the recording. Then we go for recording plus some observation on the code. The next one we're going to learn is a little bit interesting. We want to observe the recording and just how we do the action, then we come out the recording. And we also learn how to save and reopen, enable the macro. Then third one we are going to learn is we want to run the macro in a slow motion so that we are aware how the code impacts the screen. So now we are going back to our screen. Let's go back to our screen. Just now I was here. Good. And I also have done the testing for the code. Okay. Over here, now we want to go back to the Visual Basic so that we're able to see the code side by side. Let's go back to Developer. And there's something called Visual Basic. Click on the Visual Basic. And just to make sure the screen is side by side, not overlapping each other, just to make sure the screen is side by side. If you're able to get up to this one, please type number 1. Type number 1 if I get up to this one. Okay. Good, good. Just now we run on the blank rows. So let's go to our worksheet here. I want to clone the project 1 again. So I want to clone the project 1, drag the project 1 worksheet towards right side and let go of the mouse. Okay, just to make sure you clone the worksheet where it has blanks in between them. If you have done the cloning of the worksheet, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you have done cloning of the worksheet. Good, thank you. The next one we are going to do is we select column A before start running the macro. Now we are going to run the macro in the slow motion. We are going to run in the slow motion. After select column A, go towards the Visual Basic. Make sure you click inside the blank rows. Make sure you click inside the blank rows. Inside means between sub and sub, between this block. Make sure you click one of the cells or one of the text inside. And we are going to run in the slow motion. We go to debug. And there is a button, there's a command called step into. And the keyboard shortcut is F8. Keyboard shortcut is F8. On some laptop, when you press F8, it becomes a brightness, volume, and some other things. So that means on your laptop, if you do so, you need to press function F8. When I explain, I will not explain the wording function because the function is depending on your keyboard design. Actually, we do not need to click function. It because of the keyboard design, so you need to click function. Okay, when I explain, I will just say F8. That's it. Okay, on the Mac, I can't remember the shortcut key. I believe it's the same thing. Mac need to have function F8 as well, if I remember. Also depending on the setting for the Mac as well. So make sure you click inside here. I widen the code. When you press F8 or function F8, you will see it has a yellow lines appears. Yeah, when you see the yellow line appears, that means you are on the right track. Step into, it means it runs the code line by line. The yellow line indicates it is about to run this line of code. It's about to run. It hasn't complete yet. So it's about to run. Then you continue by pressing F8. Then it start enter into. And whenever we press F8 to run in a slow motion, observe the changes inside Excel. Observe the changes. Now you press F8, you will see only the blanks are selected. And continue by press F8. The selected cells, it will delete the blank, it will delete the rows of the selected cells. Then press F8 again, the yellow line will disappear. Okay, so this is just run in the slow motion. If you're able to get this one, please type number 3. Good, so this is run in the slow motion. Good. So over here, I want to share with you, sometimes we are not able to see what are the mistakes when we are doing, and it causes the recording behaves differently. Yeah, this one cannot undo. This one cannot undo because it's the macro change the file. You cannot undo one. Good. So now we are going to do a recording with some mistakes inside. We are going to use the same worksheet over here as a testing. Later on, we will remove this one. Now we go to developer, record macros. We are going to give a name called mistakes. Just give a name called mistakes. And it's stored in this workbook. That means together with this file. Mistakes. Good. Once you have done, click OK. When you click OK, you'll notice it has another module appears. Just now it was module 1. Now you may see module number 2. Double click on module number 2. So this is something you want to aware. Whenever we reopen the file, every recording goes into new module. So this is how the behavior will be. If you open, whenever you close and reopen again, next time when we do the recording, it will automatically create a new module. So some of you may be asking, hey, Tack, is that possible for me to copy the code and combine them into a single module? The answer is yes. So now it's just to let you know, this is the behavior. Yeah, you press F8 until the yellow goes off. Yeah, Joshua. Question record to black. Okay. Yeah. If you see the recording tools is not able to click, most likely this happen. Okay. Because I start recording. Okay. If you do not see the recording, cannot click, maybe you are running the things halfway. You have some yellow lines, certain things. If this one is quite annoying, you are not sure where you are at this present moment, you could go and click on this stop button, like a music player, there's a stop button, like square kind of button. This is called reset. Reset, it means it stop all execution. That means all running of the code, it will just stop everything. Just reset. Okay. If you're unable to click on this record button. Can Okay. The module 1 is done in previously. You could watch the recording. So now we will continue. So we have done, we have start this one now. We have started the mistake. For those of you have started the recording for the mistakes, please type number 3. Type number 3. Okay, good. that's a reason why I do not repeat the whole thing. If I keep on repeating, the learning will be a lot of redundancy. So for those of you miss certain things, you watch the recording. Good. How about still open? Okay, yeah, you need to double click on the module number 2. Let's double click on the module number 2. Now we are in the stage of recognizing the code. We are not memorizing, we are recognizing the code. Because later on, when we are using AI to generate the code, we will need to know where to paste and what to do. Okay, sometimes we need to do small fine-tuning rather than the whole thing to redo. Okay, so we are over here. Let's click on the active cell. Want to click on the same active cell. Depending on your active cell, yeah? Your active cell could be on the A1, could be A2. Active cell means the box you see inside the Excel. Click on that thing. Mine is on the C5. Your could be on any of the location. Click on that one. Click on that one. When you click, do you see there's a new line appears? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes. So this is also called unnecessary step unless this is what you're looking for. Can I? And after this, we want to perform scroll. We scroll up and down. We use a scroll bar, scroll up and down. And you could zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Okay. Do some scrolling, zoom in, zoom out. And you will see a lot of things appears. Yep. And I use a zoom in, zoom out. I use over here on this button to zoom. Yeah, it appears. Now we click on the column. Maybe I click on the next column D. Yeah, when you click on the column D, these two appears. These two lines appears. Yeah, huh? How about click on the different worksheet? Let's click on the worksheet test number 3. Let's click on test number 3. And it also shows sheet test number 3, select. Very good. And we click on the same cell, which is on the A1. When you click on the same cell A1, it shows a line called A1 appears again. Yeah, whatever thing we do is recorded. Cannot say, no, I did not do. Everything is recorded. So now we are aware this is possible. There's a lot of things recorded. And let's stop recording. Let's stop recording. This is just for testing. Let's stop recording. Good. When you see the message says can't execute code in a break mode means the yellow line. So you stop, you click on this one, reset. Click on reset. So when you see this message, yeah, can't execute code in a break mode. Let's reset. Good. Okay, just if you are able to get all these line of codes, type number 4. Type number 4 if you are able to get these few lines of the code. Yeah, everything, almost everything is recorded. Almost everything. Good. So now we know this is a mistake. This is not what we need. So we could remove it, yeah? Why some is highlighted in red? Because you click something over here. When you see the red line is called breakpoint. Breakpoint, this one is good for troubleshooting. Breakpoint means the Visual Basic Code is run line by line. Usually it's from top to bottom. So where you want to stop it, and so that you're able to troubleshoot what goes wrong by going through step by step, like just now, F8, the yellow line. Okay, the breakpoint. If you see this thing appears, right, Let me click. If you click somewhere, you will see there's a lot of things appears. If this thing appears, you could go to debug. That is something called clear or breakpoints. Clear or breakpoints. You will see the red line appears. Just clear. Okay. Good. So this is the mistakes. We are not going to use it. So we want to remove it. So this is things you may encounter and you may need to use it. Sometimes when we are doing some recording, we don't want to have certain things. We could just get rid of it. There are two ways to get rid of it. First, we did it manually from the code. Did it manually. This one is still okay if you know what you are deleting. Sometimes you may over delete some other things. Another way, we can go to developer, macros. Inside macros, you will see there's a wording. There's a macro called mistakes. Let's delete the macro. Yeah, let's go to developer, macros, and click on the mistakes. Once you click on the mistake, not run, do not need to run, because it's run, you will just do a lot of bunch of scrolling up and down and a lot of zoom in. And just click on delete. Since I'm sharing, I'm looking at the code mistakes on the right side. When I click on delete, observe what will happen to the background on the code. When I click delete, it will ask for confirmation. I say yes, and the whole thing disappears. Okay, let's delete the mistakes. Delete the mistakes. Okay, if you're able to get the mistakes out of the screen, please type number 5. Good. Well done, well done. So now we have done this part. The next part is, some people will be, hey, time, you say AI, up to now, more than half of the time, you're talking about Excel, talking about macro, where's AI? Okay, this one is to lay the foundation so that later on, when we are able to use the code from AI, much more easier. Okay. Module 2 is still here. Module 2 is still here. It's okay. If you do not like the blanks things over here, you could just remove. If you do not like this one, okay. How about this? Let's think. Okay, let's remove this one. Let's remove this one. Thank you for asking the question. Now, so for those of you, you see module number 2 is blank, nothing inside. You will see something like this one, blank. Must well clean up this one. Right click on module number 2, and you could choose remove module 2. Right click and choose remove module 2. Where am I? Right click, remove module 2. Then you ask for confirmation whether you want to export it. Export means you save a copy. For this moment, we don't need to save a blank file. So I will just say, yes, remove it. Okay. Hey, no, not saying yes, should be no. My apology, should be right click, remove module number 2. You will ask for, I want to export. I will say no. No means I don't want to export this one. It's a blank file. No. Okay, good. I remove module number 2. Now it's a fun moment. We're going to use AI. Let's scroll towards right side. In the Excel, let's go to the worksheet called Pangram. Let's go to worksheet called Pangram with the parenthesis AI. If you're on this worksheet Pangram, please type number 1 in the chat. Go towards right side, Pangram. Good. Pangram means a sentence. It has all 26 alphabets. It's from A up to Z or Z. It's all 26 alphabets. Here, it may appear more than one. Everything, it will appear at least one time. The most common one is called the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Let's look at the data here, Pangram. Something a bit strange. What's so strange about the text here? Besides, it is A to Z. What else? Type your observation in the chat. Caps lock long. Yeah, thank you, Adam. What else? Uppercase, lowercase long. Thank you, Yi. What else? Yeah, no number long. Good. Let's see. Yeah. In your work, do you encounter this kind of data that you need to standardize them? Maybe make it as uppercase, lowercase, or do you need to do that kind of thing? Yeah. Okay. Not easy, huh? Okay lah. In Excel, there are few possible ways. Okay, I need to do something because some of you to unmute, so I will temporarily disable you to unmute yourself so that it makes the session much more smoother. Anything you could just use chat out. Yep, is uppercase, lowercase is not presentable. And yeah, in Excel, there are few ways we could do it. We could use a formula or function. We could use something called upper, lower, proper. So we want, whenever we are using formula, we need to add the column, create the formula. If I want to update the original data, so I will, after I've done, I need to copy and paste again here. This kind of works, additional things. What if we're able to use macro based on the data we have highlighted, and macro will do for us to change the whole thing to uppercase? Yeah, so this is what we are going to do. And on the right side, you will see it has a prompt. Prompt means like the instruction to AI. So basically it says we are going to ask AI to generate the code called VBA. What is the expected outcome? We are going to base on the selected range and make it as uppercase. So let's copy these two lines. Let's copy these two lines. Copy, Control C. After that, you can just press escape. Make sure you are not selecting the data in the text inside the box. Now you go to your favorite AI, generative AI. It could be ChatGPT, it could be Gemini, it could be some other things. So I'm going to ChatGPT. It's the same behavior, same method, same flow as well. You can use either one of them. I'm going to ChatGPT. I'm not using the plus version. I use the free version. So let's go to your AI tools, either ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, and any other tools. If you're on the ChatGPT or any generative AI, please type number 2. Make sure you're on any of the generative AI. Please type number 2. After that, it will ask you to type the prompt, paste your message or the prompt inside here. And then you press enter. After that, you press enter. Or you could just send. And it will prompt, it will start generating the code for you. And the code, everyone will get slightly different code, even though we use exact same prompt, slightly different code. As long as in the code, you see the wording called use case, you're on the right track. Okay, so after we have done this one, you will see the code appears like this one, VBA code. And usually on the upper right, it has a button called copy. Let's copy the code by clicking on the copy button. Let's copy. After copy. After we have done the copy, let's go back to Visual Basic. Let's go back to Visual Basic. We go to Insert, Insert, Module, Insert, Module. Click on the module and you will see Module 2 appears. Now just paste whatever you have copied just now. Just paste whatever you have copied just now. Just now what we have done. We copy the code from Gen AI. Then we go back to Visual Basic. Then we go to Insert, Module, and then lastly we paste. If you've done all these steps, please type number 3. Type number 3 if you have done all these steps. Good. Now we have done this part. Let's run the code in the slow motion. If you have confidence, please run it. So now we are learning. We start with slow. At least next time when something goes wrong, we know how to troubleshoot. Usually it works. Usually it works for the simple command like this. So I will need to select partial data. Maybe I just select 4 text from here. I select 4. That means I do not want to change everything to uppercase. Only the selected data will change to uppercase. Okay, so this is what we are expecting. After we select 4 rows in the data, we go back to the Visual Basic. Make sure you click between the sub and sub. Click between them. Okay. After that, you press F8 to let it run in a slow motion. When you press F8, whenever you press F8, observe the changes in the Excel screen. Now press F8, no changes. Press F8, no changes. Press F8. After I press F8, you will notice one of them changes to uppercase. Then press F8, and it goes back. So that means it will go through the same step multiple rounds for the selected data here. So I press F8, multiple rounds. Okay. One is the end. You press F8 until the yellow disappears, or you click on this stop. Let me type it here. The option A, option 1, you could just press F8 until the yellow bar disappears. Or just go to click at the reset button. So either way, okay. After you are able to witness the slow changes of the data, please type number 4. Okay, if the F8 doesn't work on your computer, most likely you need to press function F8. Okay, that is because of the keyboard design. Some of the keyboard need to press function F8. Good. And stop. Sub or function not defined. Okay, so this is the moment I will need to, because only one row is changed, that means you only select one row. You need to select the whole thing, and select the whole thing. Ooh, okay, good. I want to invite some of you to share screen. That's a moment you could chat, So I invite the first person, Justly. Justly, I want to invite you to share your screen. Your one is very interesting. There'll be good learning for all of us here. Justly, to share the screen, you go to middle bottom of your Zoom with the up arrow key, share, then you could share your screen. Then after that, I will need to ask Melissa and then Siwan. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Justly, are you okay to share screen? Sharing the screen. Good. Module tools. Breakpoints. Okay, on the left side, you press F8 slowly. You need to click on the left side. Press F8. Oh, okay, very good. Sometimes ChatGPT will give us error. So you know this error, you go back to your AI ChatGPT. And you type the message just now. At the bottom, you go to the ask anything here. Yeah. Then you say sub or function not defined. Then once the name is highlighted, you can put a dash is text. You put a dash is text. Because that is the things highlighted and it gives you error. Or you go back to Excel, you could just copy that particular line. You go back to Excel, you can just copy from the top and enter. Then sometimes it will apologize and it will fix for you. Good. Now you copy again. Good. Then go back to Excel, select the whole thing, Control A, and paste it over. It will ask you to reset. Just say, okay, just reset it. Good. Now make sure your Excel is on the other side of the screen so that you're able to see them side by side. Okay, now you want to run in slow motion by pressing F8. Yes. Yeah, it works. Then continue, press F8. Yes, good, good, good. Nice. Yes, and you continue press F8 until the yellow line goes towards the last one. Okay, good job. Well done, well done. Good. So this is a very practical thing. So sometimes you hit error, you could ask AI to fix for you as long as you provide the message and which line. Okay, good. And next one. And Melissa, you say has additional line. What does that mean? Error. Oh, okay. Melissa, you could share your screen if you're okay. We learn together, Melissa. Sometimes it will give us a different prompt, different result. Melissa is very interesting. You see something interesting, it happens at the bottom. Error handler. So that means whenever it's attempt to run and it has error, it will show this message. This is a little bit advanced level of error handling. Unlike just now, the code, whenever it has error, it will just throw error. Say, oh, something is not right. This one, it will throw a much more softer message. Okay, this one, it works. So it's just error handling. If you're not quite sure, you could go back and AI and ask, what does that mean by this one? And AI will explain to you. Can I? Good. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing your screen. Good one, good one. So let's see, who else? Yeah, it's exception handling. Yes, thank you, Bala. For those of you know about programming, it's exception handling. Only the first line is capitalized, even I have highlighted all sentences. Okay, Chia YS, I want to invite you to share your screen. Yeah, Chia YS. To share the screen, you go to middle bottom of your Zoom. It has an up arrow key and share the screen. Okay. What's the next question? Okay, I only see Excel. I do not see your code. That would be good. You could share your entire screen so that I could see the Excel and the code because you only select Excel screen. I do not see the code. Even though you adjust the code on the side by side, it doesn't show on the screen. You may want to stop sharing. Now it's okay. Yes. Yes, different way of working. Okay. It must have a range. And it will go through, it should work. It should work. Press F8. Oh, because you select the row. Okay. I see the way how the selection works. Sometimes the behavior will not be able to get the things we are looking for. Observe, there's a very good question. You will see select the entire row. Select, see, entire row. And what am I selecting? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you see, we do not select entire row. I only select the data here. When you select the entire row, that means the blanks is also part of the processing. And you will see the yellow lines appears, and presume you are doing halfway, you want to restart the testing and stop. Click on the reset. Yeah. So now you go click one of the cells inside here and press F8 in the run in slow motion. On your computer, you may want to press function F8 because of a keyboard design, function F8. I believe you press F8, it becomes changing the screen, projectors kind of thing. You press function F8. Holding function, usually function is on the lower left corner of your keyboard, holding the Fn key and together with F8.
Sorry, I already press function F8, but still come out the.
Then you do not press function, you press F8 only. If you press function F8, this thing appears, you press normal F8.
Now normal F8 also still the same.
What? Okay, never mind. use normal things. Usually something is happening. Step into okay. Okay. Okay, yep. The first line is updated. You will see step into, and you will go to second round. You will go to second round. Good. Now that you will notice the second line is updated, right? Good. So that means it works. And sometimes when we are running step into, and we are for sure it works, and people may be asking, if I keep on F8 until the end, wow, very tiring. Okay, this is the moment. Okay, now you go to debug. Just now you have go to debug, right? Then yes, a button. No, it's not inside here. And click again. Do on this one. And click on this one. Yeah, this is play button. It will run until the end. It runs until the end. And the yellow line disappears, and you will see the selected range. It changes to uppercase. Good. Okay. Good. Thank you, Chawa S. Thank you for your question. Sometimes the things just doesn't work. We can use this method to double check. Accidentally stop recording. That's a good question. If you accidentally stop recording, there are two ways. If you are much more comfortable in recognizing the code, you could start the recording after the step, and then you copy the code and go to another one, just append in between them. Okay, so this is provided you are comfortable in recognizing the code. And some people say, I'm not quite comfortable. I feel when I click the wrong button, my computer exploded. Okay, if you have this kind of fear, just redo the recording again. Okay, whatever I'm sharing here, it may take a while for some people to get used to it. It's okay, If you're not quite sure, restart the recording. Okay, hopefully I answered the question done. Let's go to any question I missed. Any question I missed, you could type in the chat again, just in case I missed certain questions. Okay, I just scroll up. Looks like there's not much of the question. Okay. So this is how we have done the recording, and you observe how it works. And usually there's a good question from Bala for the very beginning. Okay, let me put it in a context. Have you played Lego game before? Yes or no? Maybe type in the chat. Let me know. Have you played any Lego like block games kind of things? Some say yes, some say no. Okay. And how about you? How many of you play like there's a called stack? What's the name? You play a stack of the game. Stack the whole thing together up. Stack go. Okay. Jenga, yes, then Jenga. Tetris, okay. Jenga, that one's Jenga. Multiple blocks. How do we build the whole thing? One bar at a time, right? Stop one by one, up. Same with the Lego blocks. We want to build the whole thing, is go block by block. So this one, how do you make the whole thing you do at one round? We just go block by block, smallest possible block that you could build, that you're comfortably, then you add on the next block. Once you're comfortable, you add on the next block. So to get the whole thing, the first, it may not be so easy. Okay, this is the things, since you asked, write it down, step by step, okay? Or type it out, step by step, as detailed as possible, as ridiculously detailed as possible. When you type it out, the whole thing, and you will notice there are few steps combined in a single line. So this is how we could spot the pattern of the step. So we did not go through the breaking down the step. We just went through the step is provided. So by knowing the step, you are able to spot the certain pattern in between them. They are somehow repetitive. This is the block you could add on. Okay, it's one by one. So this is just to let you aware how to do this. Go write it down, spot the pattern of repetitive step, and then do the recording for that one. After you are done, maybe you have another block outside of the smaller block. So you can just do a multiple recording. Good. Any other question up to now before we move on to a next practice? Any other questions? Any other question? Calling once. Any other question? Calling twice. Any other question? And so, good. No question. Then we move on to the next one. And the next one, I want to invite you to challenge ourselves a little bit. This one, you may get the result or you may not able to get the result. It's perfectly okay. We are doing here together. We go forward towards right side. You see there's a project number 4. Project number 4. You notice the data has a lot of spaces in between them. You will see there's multiple spaces in between them. So we want to, rather than every time we want to select the data, we want to clean up the data, remove the spaces, make sure everything go to uppercase, one macro, lowercase, another macro. There's something called proper case. That means capitalize each word, another macro. Wow, so many things. Rather than having so many macro independently or individually block by block, we could ask AI to generate the code for us. It's just like we provide a prompt or an input for us to decide what we want to do. So this is the prompt we are going to use. Yeah, let's go towards the right side of the prompt. Yeah, this is project number 4. Copy these few lines. It shows, let me explain what it does. It shows what is the output. We are asking for Excel VBA output. And you will ask for the logic. This is the logic. Or the output as well. This is the logic. Okay. So what we want is Excel VBA, not formula. And this is the logic. You will ask prompt for user, it will pop up. It will ask you to key in number 1, number 2, and number 3. Whenever the user type number 1, it will change the selected data to uppercase. If the user type number 2, it will make it as lowercase. If the user type number 3, it will make it as proper case. And for all of them, it will remove the extra spaces between the data. Okay, now it's your turn to copy these few lines. Copy. After that, press escape. Go back to the data here. And now we want to go back to our ChatGPT or other AI, generative AI. Paste it here. Just paste the text. And then you send it in. It will give you a slightly longer code compared to just now. Okay. If you are able to get the slightly longer code like this one, please type number 3 in the chat. Type number 3 if you are able to get this one. Everyone may get slightly different code. You may get slightly different code. And let's copy the code. Let's copy the code. And go back to Excel. Go back to Visual Basic. In order not to crash with the previous macro, we choose Insert, Insert Module, Insert Module. Then we paste whatever we have copied just now. Okay. Over here, because the code is quite long, presume we are comfortable with the code. Let's do the testing. Let's do a testing. After you paste, in the project number 4, select partial of the data. Select partial of the data. Now we go to macros. And there's something with the name. The name might change. Mine is called change case with trim. Yours might be different. Make sure you select the same name. Select the same name. After that, run. After that, run. Observe the results on the screen. Some of you will notice you get the result you're looking for, like this one. Let me click run. It will ask you what is the things you want to do. I want to make them to uppercase, so I key number 1. After that, I click OK or press enter. Ta-da! And you will notice the data changes to uppercase, and the space in between words only has single space. And if you're able to get this result, please type number 4. And some of you notice the space still remain as multiple space. If that's the case, you type number 5. Okay. Number 4, if you are able to, the spaces are removed. The extra spaces are removed. Type number 5, the spaces, extra spaces remain. Let me know in the chat which one are you, because I want to invite some of you to share the screen and to show you how to type it in the to give AI some response and ask AI to fix it. Okay. Good, good. Okay. Let's see. I see there's one person. Okay. Now I want to invite Hui Ming to share your screen. To share your screen, you go to middle bottom of your Zoom. There's a with up arrow key. Click share, and then you could share your screen. Amy, are you okay? Good. Okay. If you notice the spaces are still remains right, go back to your AI, ChatGPT, or any generative AI you are using. You say the space in between words, you will say remove spaces between words. Something like this. Remove spaces between words. Okay. And then you enter or send. I'm looking at a certain word. Okay. Okay, now you scroll down the code. I'm observing certain thing. I'm looking for. Scroll down after this. Replace trim. Oh, okay. It uses this method. It may not able to get a result. It's okay. Let's copy. Let's copy. It's a good experiment. And go back to your Excel and paste, overwrite the whole thing. A. Yeah, go back. Where's the code? You could press Control A to select all and Control V to overwrite the whole thing. Paste. Okay. Now you go back to your Excel and run the macro. I suspect the things may not able to work. Okay, you can see all the spaces are gone, right? Okay, so this is the mistakes I made. It's okay. Whenever we're doing something like this one, you go back to AI and ask, use your own word to say only remove the excessive space and the extra spaces, only keeping one space between words. Yeah. Okay, good question. Same AI, it gives different answer. It's called generative. It's not definitive. Generative it means like sometimes when it behaves like a human neuron, different timing will have a different kind of responses or different answer, even though it's the same questions, same question. It's generative AI. So because it may recall certain part of the memory, certain things, it will give different answer. So yeah, for this one, streaming, you could just copy and go back to Excel and overwrite. Just press Control A. Control A was like the whole thing, and Control V to overwrite, and go back to Excel and select another data, maybe the next line, and run again. See whether does it work. Okay. Does it have a single space in between them? I can't see clearly. Double check. Yeah, it's only single space. Good. Yeah, should I start AI prompt? Says I shouldn't. Okay. Yes, you could set the context and the role. Okay. Good, good. Okay. Thank you, Huimin, for sharing your screen. Thank you very much. We learned something. Yep. So just now what we have seen is on the screen, whenever something is not according to your own expected outcome, you could give more, use your own words. Or sometimes the thing may not able to work, you could show the before and after. You could say, this is the before, this is the after. You give some example and AI will able to interpret the meaning, what's the changes between two of them. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Let me scroll up. See any other question I missed. Okay. Okay, I don't see miss any other question. Good. So this is what we have done up to just now. And for the generative AI, it can really help you to automate a lot of things. A lot of things. Let's see. Okay, so now I want to invite you to test out the last one, project number 5. Project number 5 is sometimes I use this method as well. And before I send the file to someone to double check, maybe to get some help and so on, I may need to scramble the data. Project number 5 is called encode decode. It's not really scrambling the data. Encode means it changes the vowel A-E-I-O-U to certain number. Decode means it changes a number back to the vowel. Okay, so it just certain alphabet and change forward and backward. So do this on your own. And once you have done, you could type the done in the chat. If you have any question, feel free to type in the chat. Give you all about 2 minutes to complete this one. Yeah, just copy this one. Go to ChatGPT or any generative AI of your choice. Once you're done, type done in the chat. Do it yourself for project number 5. Project number 5. it helps you to encode or decode. Mm-hmm. Good. 1 more minute. Yeah, okay. Yes, we could use macro to record for the formula. It may need a different way of working, especially when we want to copy the formula downwards. Okay. I think we have a bit time to cover extra Q&A. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Yep. Yeah, why it changes to uppercase. That's a prompt. If you don't like it, remove it lah. Yeah, because of this line, it always output to uppercase. Okay, good. Times. So this is how you're able to get the things you want by using generative AI. What you have experienced up to just now is it allows you to automate small tasks comfortably. And what you have learned also at the very beginning, you learn how to do the recording. Secondly, you learn how to recognize the code by having two screens side by side. Thirdly, you learn how to do a troubleshooting. Just go by slow motion by F8 using the yellow line and observe the changes in the Excel. And just now what we have gone through is using AI to generate the code for us so that we could copy and paste into Excel and then let it automate our manual tasks. Hey, okay. Yes, for the encode and decode, it always go back to the uppercase. Yes, William, you want to share your screen? What's your question? Just curious. By using egg macro plus AI formula, can we calculate the OT, payroll, and link file? Yan Yong, your question very complex. If I'm able to outline step by step, very ridiculously detailed, the answer is yes, possible. Yeah, William, your question is? You could unmute if you want to.
I can't get the unquote decode the options. I'm not sure whether I'm doing the right thing or not. Yeah, I try to run the
Have you
macro.
copied the code? Have you copied the
Yes.
code?
Yeah. Okay.
Macros.
Macro. Yeah.
What's the name? Because you still select clean data. No. Cancel. Not this.
Okay.
Go to macros. It's
Okay.
called encode decode.
Yeah. Okay. I copy the one more thing. Copy.
Go back to your Excel. Go back to your Visual Basic.
Okay. Should I insert module?
No, because you're already here. If you insert, you will be redundant.
Okay. So
Cannot
I
be
just
redundant.
erase the thing, take away the old. Copy. Okay. Paste.
Okay, good.
Then do I need to save it?
Not necessary.
Yeah. Okay. Then I go back to Excel. Then I run macro.
Chụp all open workbook. Yeah, is here.
All right. Yeah. So I will just select the.
Select this one. You need to check on the name. Encode decode.
Okay. All right. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wish. How come the thing suddenly disappear? Cannot be lah. I use this for more than a couple of decades. Always there. So you choose either encode or decode. So now you want to change the A, E, G, all these things to letter. So you use encode, number one. No?
All right. Okay, got it.
Good. Okay, good.
Thank you.
William, for asking the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's question now. With this macro, is this similar to step we are going to input simple RPA process we apply in Excel? Just need macro. Yeah. Macro is like an ancestor of RPA. RPA is much more complex. It could add on more what we say, more logic, more sources, more interaction, more app. Okay, good. Yeah, we need human to run it. Still need to open the file because it's still within the file. It doesn't run behind the scenes. What does green color? Okay, green colors means comment. Comment means the macro will ignore that. The red color means mistakes. There's some error in it. Sometimes when we are doing the coding, this is for the coding part of it, we may put some comment to remind ourselves what it does. Just like sometimes when we are reading book, we may use a sticky note to summarize what it does for certain pages. Basically, the green color is just to summarize what it does. Sometimes when we are going back, we are able to recall what it does. Okay, good. Split file macro, which demo in the beginning. Note, I don't want to share because the data is very different. How it works and how it applies to your work is very, very different. Because that one involves a little bit more programming. I don't want to overwhelm with so many things. Okay. Because some people, when they get overwhelmed, they panic, they pingsan, they okay, I don't want to use macro. So that's coming out from a good intention. Unless whenever you are ready, you're much more comfortable, then you ask for it. Okay. Last time I also shared this file and people got panicked. Now I don't want to share that file. Okay, what is the difference between what macro can do and automate in Excel? What do you mean? Oh, the automate function. Okay, good. Rebecca asked a very good question. Let me go back to Excel. There's something called automate. Automate, you can record action as well. Automate and the macro slightly different. Automate allows the step to run on the OneDrive. I could run in OneDrive. And what else? Because it's need to support OneDrive the action, certain things we cannot do. For example, I want to output multiple PDF file. Here cannot. And here it only records certain things within certain constraint. Yeah, that's why automate, simple automation is good. And you want to do it inside OneDrive. It's good for this one. For greater processing power within the computer, this macro allows you to have greater flexibility, because whenever it has too flexible, we have a higher chance to make mistakes as well. Good. Let's see. Any other question? No, it's like a Q&A. Power Automate, I'm not a pro. I get, if you need, I could refer another person to share about Power Automate. How to write AI prompt? Are you using keyboard? Okay lah. Usually, it's a 3-step process. Input, process, output. Simple one. Okay, if you want to add one more layer, it's the context or the role. Input means what is the things you want to input. Process, what is the logic? Example just now, convert this alphabet to this alphabet, what it does. Output, what is expected AI to give you. Either it's in a formula or in a macro or in a Python code, what you expect. Okay, input, process, output. If you want, you could add on another layer, like setting the context. Hey, now you are the programmer with decades of experience. Write Excel VBA to do this. Okay. When you set the context, the response may be slightly different. The response is definitely slightly different when you set the context for the role. Can you, yes, to answer David's question, can we make the macro auto run when we open the file? Yes. The answer is yes. Yes, we can rename the module. Yeah, Peishi is asking very good question. After a while, you will notice everything becomes module 1, module 2, module 3, right? What? It's not descriptive. To change the name, there are a few ways. If you right-click, there's no place for us to rename. If you right-click on the module, there's no place. To change the name, we go to Properties. Properties. And not this one. Okay, we need to go to View. On the top, there's a View. There's something called Properties Windows. Property Windows. Inside Property Windows is for us to change the name. If I click on the module 1, this is the place for us to change the name. If I click on module 2, there's a place for us to change the name. By having a much more descriptive name, you can make the thing easier for you to check or to find the things later on. Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. Okay, what else? Do I teach Python in Excel? I'm also learning. I need to be honest, I'm still learning. With the programming background, I pick up a little bit faster. Depending on the Python, there are 2 parts of the Python. One, the Python runs inside the Excel, or the Python runs outside of Excel. Which one you are referring? So the behavior and the response also slightly different. If I save my macro recording to personal file, nope. If you save the macro to the personal macro workbook, I think Jesse is asking for personal macro workbook. Personal macro workbook is the file, special file. It will auto open when we run Excel. It will auto open. That also means every time I run Excel, the macro is already there for us. Okay, so that is very good question, Jesse. So split file. Okay. The split file macro, I will not share because it's a little bit overwhelming. Okay, how to make the macro auto run? I answer that. Okay, it's Every time I have a new set of data, what's the best practice before I run a macro? Did you all tap? Emily, very interesting question. 2 words. It depends. It depends, huh? Let me think a better way to answer. Depends on the data you have. If your data has a lot of blank rows, a lot of merging, all these things, I will recommend you could consider to use Power Query. Power Query is much more efficient to clean up the data. And also there's a recording inside the group chat. You could check the recording, Emily. Let me know if you need the recording. Please share for experience how far and complicated you can have done. Okay, with AI. Brian, how far and how complicated? I have bias. I have decades of experience in programming. So sometimes I use AI to give me a quick and dirty result. I want quick. If I want to have something much more scalable, I will do the coding myself. Because there are certain way, I'm not using Cursor. Cursor is another AI tools for programming. So I'm not using that kind of tools. In short, if I do something, because a lot of times when I want to prompt, it will do a lot of things. Let me give you a quick, simple answer. For me, personally, bias experience, when I want to have something quick, I use AI. If I want to give something much more scalable and able to handle complex environment, I could use AI as a base and I add on more like a blocks. Because I know how to do programming, it is faster for me to key in the code rather than prompting. That's my bias experience. Okay. Good. Hopefully that one answer Brian's question. What's the difference between Power Query, macro, and Python? Well, Sylvan, maybe you could ask this question in, let me copy this one and ask in AI. It will give us a better answer. Later I add on, what does that mean? Okay, let me put tabulate it. Okay. Sometimes I just use AI to make something quick and easy. Tabulate means put the table form. Power Query for data transformation, macro Python. Python is more on some analysis. It could be used for machine learning. User interface, Power Query is much more easier to use because it's low code. We just click, right click. And meanwhile, macro is, and it's almost similar with Python. We need to do some coding. Learning curve, Power Query is much more easy. And yes, programming is a different programming. Okay, for that one, I will emphasize on this part. Best for what? Okay, depending on the purpose. Sometimes we could use different tools to achieve a same result because it may not be the best tool. For example, if I have multiple files and I need to do some merge, I want to fill up certain things, remove certain headers, blanks, and so on, Power Query wins the game. If I want to have something like this one. Macro able to achieve that one, and just the code is much more complex. It's not easy for most of us to change it in the future. To get it run for the first time is okay. Get it running for the first time is easiest. To change in the future, macro is a tedious one. And Python also quite tedious. When you are making multiple data in the single place, Power Query wins. Beside that, if you want to, after the whole thing come into a single place, you want to do further analysis, Python. You want to do some advanced chart, not normal Excel chart, able to do it, Python. If you want to do some machine learning, to do some prediction, Python. And beside these two realms, if you want to do something like a file-based operation, for example, splitting the file, you want to generate multiple PDF file. What else? Maybe you want to send out emails from your computer. macro able to handle that one. Okay, good. I think this emphasizes the whole thing. The end result, best for what? Okay, hope this one address your question. Okay. Can we add modules? Yes, you could. For Ahmad Hamidi, yeah, we can have multiple modules. The module is just like the Word document. They can call each other one. That one I did not cover. Okay, there is a long chat. Code by right click, choose the remove option. Okay, I think that's a question. Can we prompt split file? Yes, it works. Lukman, yeah, you could test it out. You could say that one. And you want to add few more things like make sure there's no blanks, the data. If a data has blank, the behavior will be very different. And the data doesn't have any merging. If they are merging, the behavior will be very different. Okay, with import data. Yes, you could use macro to import data from SQL Server. From TQ, that will be good for you to consider to use Power Query because Power Query, it makes the thing much more easier without so much of the coding. Let me show you what does that mean. My computer doesn't have SQL Server. You could go to data, get data from database from SQL Server. It's over here. And it's much more easier for you to pick which table you want, how you want to join them later on. Very, very easy. Unlike in the macro, you need to type your own join statement, select statement, get the connection, and a little bit tedious. Okay, looks like we have a lot more questions. Yeah, Power Query is in the group chat. Daphne, yeah, it's Daffy. Can use macro on a pivot table, repeat step in filter. Yes, you could, Kaipin. Yes, you could. For example, you have set up the pivot table with a filter. You want to click this button for this filter. Maybe, for example, you are looking for the geographical location. You click this button is East Malaysia. Click this button is West Malaysia. Click this button Central Malaysia. You could do so. Yep, you could do so. Why your Excel doesn't have a developer? You need to watch a recording. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Can I have a Power Query? Let's see. Let me go towards the end. Can the macro read the step in other apps? Nope. In short, Power Query does unable to read the step inside Power. Macro cannot read the step inside Power Query. We could use a macro to import or to insert certain data to Power Query via like parameter using tables. There's a different way of working. It doesn't directly read and intersect. Yeah, you can use macro in the Windows environment to read Word document, to read PowerPoint. You could do so. Okay. Okay, good. Now we are coming towards the end. So in order to help you to remember a little bit better, I want to invite you to type in the chat. What is the one thing you like the most about this session, 3-hour session? Type in the chat. What is the one thing you like the most? Very good. Let me read out some of the things you like the most. Macro can eliminate most of the repetitive Excel tasks. AI assisted mode to do macro, AI prompt, VBA, detailed person. Thank you. Okay, I'm very happy you learned this one. AI coding. This not very true AI coding. AI coding is much more easier. Not this one. This one generate the code for us. Now at least, okay, Andrew, good. At least you know a bit about macro, and you know what is possible. Use AI to get the code, easy to understand, easy to follow, clean up the data. Okay, for clean up data, I have a second suggestion now for Bala. Clean up data, you could use Power Query should be much more easier. Just now what we have done is a bit simpler step. It just want to show on the screen. If you have bigger data you want to handle, Power Query, Power Query. How to speed up repetitive tasks, easy to understand, use ChatGPT to get the code. Enthusiasm, AI helps a lot. Good. AI to get the code, Visual Basic. Yes, good. Okay, so now I want to invite you to give the feedback for this session so that we are able to improve further. Let me share the code in the QR code on the screen and also the link in the chat. If there's some other question, feel free to stay back. I'm okay to stay back because I just want to make sure we complete the whole thing. Yeah, just scan this QR code or complete the evaluation, the feedback. Once you have done, please type done in the chat. Very good. Thank you so much for your participation. And this session will not happen without a group of people. We need to be thankful. First, we need to thankful to the HRD Corp. Without their initiative for this NTW National Training Week, we will not have this session. We need to truly thank you for that initiative, so that we are able to meet each other online and we are able to learn from each other. Secondly, we need to thank you to my colleague. We have Wendy, we have Steph, and you will see them send in the group chat. They are doing the work, very hard work, tedious work behind the scenes. I want to invite you to type thank you, Steph, thank you, Wendy, to them. And they are very, very helpful to make sure the session runs smoothly and keep on make sure everyone is reading the message. Thank you to all of them. And thirdly, you want to thank you to a group of people. And to many of us here, today is public holiday. And you are not choosing to go out to makan, you're not going out for movie, you're not going out for party, but you are here for your own growth. Give yourself a super big hand. Yes, pat yourself. Oh, well done, well done, well done, well done. Okay, good job, well done, everyone. And with that, thank you, everyone, and wish you all the best. Whenever you have questions, feel free to ask in the NTW. If your organization or your company needs some training, or your friend's company needs some training, particularly about Excel, do reach out to Wendy. She's more than happy to organize and to see how to get this thing work. So for those of you coming for the afternoon session, I will see you, but that one is for Mac, not for Windows, for Mac only. For the Windows, you could get the recording for the previous NTW. With that, take care, everyone. And for those of you who have more questions, feel free to stay back. I'll be here until I answer most of the questions. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
The Tack, can you hear me?
Yes, I could.
Okay. Okay. I have a bit some theory. Okay. I think I have no issue on the recording or macro.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It seems like VBA, I mean the Visual Basic Code, I need to run in the macro platform. Is it my understanding correct?
Inside Excel.
Oh,
Yeah, inside
inside.
Excel.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not on the screen Excel, it's behind. It's like a backstage of Excel.
Oh, okay. So macro and VBA is two different things.
Macro is a general term. It means it takes few steps, combine few steps into one single step. That's
Okay,
called
all right.
macro.
All right, all
And
right.
inside Excel, the macro, it uses a language called VB, stands for Visual Basic.
Okay,
Language means how the syntax, the coding, the method, just like language now, we have English, Bahasa, there's a different grammar. Same goes with the
okay.
language, programming language.
All right.
Okay?
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Hello, sir. I
Hello.
would like to ask you something. At the beginning, you select several cells, then you type in the first cell, then the other cell is copied automatically.
I don't think I understand your question. Are you
You
able
select
to?
several cells. You select several cells. For example, 3 cells.
You want to
Then you
show your
type.
screen to demonstrate what it does?
Wait, You select several cells. Then you
Uh-huh.
type in the first row. For example, done. Then automatically it's copied to the several cell, to the
Oh,
other cell, to the other
okay.
cell.
Can. That's things after you type the first one, you press control, hold down control and enter. Not normal enter lah. You control enter. Control enter. You use shift enter, not shift enter, control enter. Control enter. Yes, got it. Good job, good job. Yes, thank you, Hamidi, for asking the question.
Thank you very much.
Let's see, any other questions? And maybe
Hello,
certain
sir.
question, you type it again if I miss any question or the fastest way, just use your voice.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
May I know where can I get your book, like the access for HR and your data?
Okay, you could get it from online, Popular, MPH, and Kinokuniya.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lukman.
Okay, I went to Korea, I think 2 days ago, and then the Excel for HR is discount in the HR portion. It's not in
Yes.
IT section.
HR section.
Yeah.
Or you could just go to the counter, say you want to get this book. And if you have members, for example, MPH or Popular, right, or Kinokuniya, you will get a discounted price. I think 10%.
Yeah, Popular is 10%. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a discount.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see. Trying to look for the two automate, can't locate. If you can't locate, maybe your Excel version is classic version. Newer version will have it, Yan Yong. How much? I think this one is 59. This one is 99. You could go and online search for these two. Popular and page Kinokuniya. Okay. Any last question? Calling once. Any last question? Calling twice. Any last question? And sold. How to change macro name? Okay. Let me show you. There are two ways to change the macro name. First, you could just go and change the name here. Change the name. Secondly, if you go to macros here, view macros, you could just go to edit. If you click edit, it brings you here as well. It's the same thing. At the end, you change the name on the top here. After the wording sub, this is the macro name. And the name cannot have space. Uppercase, lowercase is okay. Underscore is okay. I cannot use symbol, cannot use space, question mark, dollar sign, all these things cannot. This is how you change the name. When you change the name, do not use any same name. Otherwise, it will confuse. Otherwise, it will confuse. Yep, hope this addressed your question. Okay. This one, if the password protected and forgot. Okay, there are two ways of protection. One is the workbook worksheet protection. Another one is the file encryption, depending on which one you are referring. If let's say you forget the password. Let me explain. If a person forget the password because of these two things here, these three things, there are tools online that allows you to bypass the password here. It will have a way to remove it. So this one is still, you pay to buy the tool and use law. So this one is still okay. Another one is encryption. If I go to the file, I go to info, there is something called encrypt. This one, encrypt with password. Encrypt means it scramble the data at the file level, how it stores in the computer hard disk or computer drive. It scramble the whole thing. It's not easy to get rid of this one. So this is the time they will use a method called brute force. Brute force, it means it gets all the possible combination of the password. If the password only single digit, from 0 to 9, how many combinations are there? Single digit. It has 10 combinations. If it has 2 digits, both of them either 0 to 9, how many combinations? If 2 digits, that will be 10 times 10. That will be equivalent to 100. What if it has 3 digits? 3 digits, it means 1000 combination. This is only for digit. If it has a digit with alphabet, uppercase, lowercase, symbols, and you guess the combination, it could be few hundred trillions or more than that. So you will need to guess one by one. So there are software to guess this one. It will be very tedious. Yeah, it's not easy. Usually, if you want to encrypt, you want to write it down the password, and the password stored in a safe place, so that when you forget, there's a place to recover. Otherwise, this one is very tedious, very tedious. And I hope this one answer your question. Okay, using Windows to attend. No, the afternoon is only for Mac. It's not for Windows. There's a recording for Windows, because how Mac and Windows are totally different. A lot of difference. Okay, good. Okay. Hans asked, I wanted to change this macro name into lowercase, but I come out to this long name. I'm not quite sure what do you mean. If you are still in the room or online, maybe you want to share your screen. I'm not quite understand. Besides Excel. Yes, I provide Excel training for HR. I have a special training. Because of this book, there's a 2 days training to answer this question. 2 days training. I was going to run. We have completed the first pilot run last month. So actual run open to public is on August. It shows how to come out the data and come out the stories and present to the management, so that management knows, hey, HR is very important. So they appreciate the effort and contribution of HR. Okay, so let's see. Yes, the recording will be shared later on. Yes, Zuyan, you want, Zihan, you want to share your screen? Okay, what you want to change? Oh, change the name to lowercase. Okay, what's the error? I'm suspecting something. Okay, never mind. After you type, you have the name, then what's next? You don't see the lowercase in it. Okay, good. Macro automation NTW. Lowercase. Oh, okay. I'm speculating that is a reserved keyword, but it's not really lowercase. If you change the lowercase, let's see. But it's not a lowercase. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a can. Good. Whenever it's reserved keyword, that's weird thing what happens. Thank you, Suzanne, for asking the question. We also learned something from your question. Thank you. So with that, take care, everyone, and see you at the afternoon session if you are using Mac. If not, you could watch the recording, which is for the Windows. Okay, with that, enjoy your time and take care. I see you when I see you. If you have training requests, do reach out to Wendy and she will arrange that. Take care, everyone, and bye-bye.